Let's get up on our feet. Welcome to everyone on this beautiful, fantastic, gorgeous day. Can we just take a moment and appreciate the weather, right? So good. We're going to come to the top of the mat, and I know people are still kind of spilling in, so I'll stall a little, but not too much. They got to show up on time if they want to start with us. So feet together, top of the mat. Bring your hands together at your heart. That's it. Now close your eyes. And just feel that mat beneath your feet. Lift and spread all of your toes so your foot is a little bit more on purpose. Standing in your mountain pose. We call this Tadasana. And I want you to acknowledge the work that it takes just to do this simple pose. It's a simple pose, but it takes a certain level of consciousness. I want you to even notice how you press your hands together. Maybe you can lower the hands a little and lift the elbows a touch. As you press gently and equally through the palms, can you feel the collarbones widen? Notice how the breath is moving through your body. And the one thing that we don't usually pay attention to is the breath moving on the back side of the body. We're always quite in tune to the front side because our culture has trained us to think about how we look. But today, I want you to shift and I want you to focus on how you feel. I don't care how your poses look today. What I'm looking for is how you are in the poses, how you are doing the poses. Is there a level of presence? Is there awareness to how you are articulating your body? These are the things that are going to make this yoga. Not perfection or alignment, but attitude, awareness. What if you press down a little more through your feet? Could you feel your heart rise? If your head is tilting forward, could you pull it back so you feel like you're standing taller? So know that everything that I suggest today is just merely that, a suggestion for you to become a little bit more aware of the things that you might be able to adjust to create a little more balance and equanimity in your mind, in your body, and your soul. So when the complicated poses start to happen and your mind gets away from this moment, I'm going to ask you to come back to finding your Tadasana. The way you feel here should be the way you feel in every one of the poses that we do today. Soft eyes, soft face, breath flowing throughout your body. I know I'm asking a lot, but I also know that you are capable of it. And so today, this is going to be the challenge. Are you guys ready? Take a really big inhale, the biggest one you've taken so far. Let it out with a little sound of ah. Good to be alive breath. On your next inhale, let the arms rise up over your head. Exhale, let's forward fold. Just bend over and see what it feels like. Yoga never says anywhere in any of the texts that you have to touch your toes or touch the ground. We want to stretch the back side of the body. That's it. And I'm sure that's what you're feeling, so you know you're doing it perfectly. Now, come halfway up. Put your fingers on your shins. Push into those fingers so you can make the chest come out a little bit further and make the back flat. Now we just learned how to engage the core and support the spine when it's lateral, when it's like laying like parallel to the earth. So the belly draws in, the chest comes out. We're supported and long and strong. Take another breath here. Now exhale, fold. Again, feeling the back side of the body. And with that same feeling of a flat spine, lift your head and your chest and come all the way up this time. Push down into your feet, reach up to the sky. Breathe in because it feels so good. And then exhale, bring the hands right to your heart. I love what I see. Let's move on. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Hold in, let the head down. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold again, exhale. And then inhale, rise. Flat back. Lift your head up first. Bring up the chest and the arms. And then hands come to heart. All right, moving on again. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Now go to plank pose. Hands are under shoulders, legs extend all the way back. You should feel some sense of Tadasana here. Hold your head up. Your eyes should be slightly forward, the back of the neck long, not wrinkled in the back of the neck. So we're not lifting the head all the way up, we're just lengthening it forward. Now I know you're already wondering, how long are you going to keep me here? Right? Until you can notice that you don't have to work so hard. You have to work with consciousness. Lift your knees, lift your belly, and pull your ribs in a little bit. Yeah, don't let anything sag. Lift yourself up away from the floor. And then keep holding yourself up as you bend your elbows and lower yourself slowly down. There's always an option to put the knees down first, but we want to develop some strength in that upper body. Inhale, cobra pose. So in cobra, it's a little back bend. I want you to pull your hands back so they line up under your shoulders. And then I want you to lift your hands off the mat an inch. So you notice that you're working with your back muscles and not so much with your arms. Now, if you put your hands back down and use them a little, you can enhance the work, but don't let the arms over-muscle the whole thing. There's a sweetness about the strength in your back, and we don't use it enough. We're always hunching forward. Cobra could be one of the most important things you do for your posture today. Let's not just bounce through it. Sometimes I see you guys just like lift your chest and put it down, but there's muscle work here. You feel it? You guys feel it? Good. Take a breath, and then release back down, and then go to your first downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, right? The downward facing dog. The yogis named the poses after the things they saw in nature, right? I don't think there was ever a dog on this planet that looked around to see how high every other dog's butt was in the sky, right? I don't think that they were trying to push back any deeper than their friend, right? So there's no competition here. You are working in your own body with how you feel today. Your hands press because it helps you move back. Your legs pull because it helps take some of the weight off of the wrists and the shoulders. Your legs were more designed to carry your body weight than your upper body, so we try to move back. All of these movements are quite practical. They keep the body healthy. Take one more breath. Push back a little bit. And then look at your hands and just walk your feet right up to the top of the mat. As your feet come to the top, bring them together. Come halfway up, inhale, just like before. And then exhale, fold. With an inhale, we rise up. Lift your head and chest, reach to the sky. Exhale your hands right to your heart. Very good. Again, inhale, arms reach. This whole thing is called Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, fold in deeply. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Step, step back. Plank pose. And lower on the exhalation. Knees can go down. Take it slow. Inhale, cobra. Little baby back bend. Lots of muscle work. Exhale, downward facing dog. It helps to pull the belly in when you make your transitions, so you feel a little more sense of integration in your body, and you have your core as you're moving through those transitions. Let's push back just a little bit, just because we know that that's what's going to feel good. All right. When you're ready, as you exhale, walk your feet to the top of the mat. feet together. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. With a flat back, rise up to standing. Lift your head and your chest. Reach up high. And then hands right to your heart.
Rise up.
All right, we're going to add on a little bit. Bend your knees, reach your arms high. We call it chair pose. You guys know it's one of my faves. And when I travel the globe with people, and we're in foreign places where the bathrooms aren't so clean like they are here, even here, I don't know if I'd want to sit, right? I'm told all the time that they went to the ladies' room and then they come back and they go, thank you for chair pose. Right? So everything that we are doing today is actually quite practical, right? Sit back just a little bit. You are strong enough to do it. Use your arms a little more fiercely so the down and the up find an equal measure of work here. Take one more breath and then forward fold. Just dive right in. Come halfway up, inhale, and then step back to plank, just like you did before. There's an element of Tadasana here. We're going to lower down slow. If you feel like you're plopping on the mat, put your knees down first so you can build your upper body strength. Inhale for Cobra, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. All right. Let's take the right leg and lift it way up high into the air. Lift it up behind you. Stretch it high to the sky. And as you feel it reaching up, let's also sink down into the left heel. Okay. A little bit of heat now. Come forward into plank and bring that right knee forward. Touch the right elbow. See if you can actually make it just tap, and then keep your head up. Step right back to plank. Hold plank. Yes. And lower down slowly. Inhale, Cobra pose. Shoulders wide. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, left leg is going up. Feel the up and the down, seeking out balance, making sure you're using your consciousness to lift the left leg and sink the right one. Then come forward, plank pose, tap your knee to your elbow. Keep the head up, looking forward, yes. Now hold plank, step back, and lower. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, down dog. That's it. We're just going to keep adding on. Spread those fingers wide. Give yourself a little push back. All right, now, right leg goes up behind you. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold the shape of your down dog, okay? So don't come forward. Stay in the down dog, but pull the right knee to the belly. I want you to feel it squeeze towards your torso, and then keep your hips up. You're not in plank. You're still in down dog, right? Hips are way high, knees to the belly. Look at your fingers, and step your right foot to your hands. Good. Rise into a high crescent lunge. That little crease in the front of the hips is required to make the foot step forward to the hands. So when you felt that little bit of pinching, like trying to get the leg forward, that is how we step forward into the lunge. So you need that for later. Just awaken that in your body. Let's sink in just a touch. And all I want you to do is bring the left side of your body a little more forward so that you can feel the front of your left hip stretching. Give me one more breath. Maybe lean back a touch. And then very slowly put your hands down on the mat and step right back into your downward facing dog. The hips are high. The hands push, the legs pull, and you are breathing. Now, left leg is going to go up in the air. Take it up high. Hold the shape of your down dog. So keep your hips back and keep your shoulders back. And just draw that left knee to the belly. Feel the work there. I know you can feel that. It takes some work to bring the leg close to the body. Now look at your hands. And from there, step your left foot forward. Then rise up, high crescent lunge. So it is not what we do in yoga, but how we do it. Who you are when you're doing it. When you get challenged, what happens? Do you get angry? Do you just back out? Do you face it with grace and equanimity? There should be a mindfulness to the whole process. Let's sink in just a little deeper. Maybe the right side of the body can come a little more forward. These are little tiny tweaks to awaken spaces in the body. Inhale, lean back just a touch. And then exhale, put your hands down, step it back right into your downward facing dog. So the practice is going to be somewhat simple today, but that doesn't make it easy. I want you to walk your hands back to your feet now. So you're going to the back of the mat, hands to feet. Feet are flat and about hip distance apart. Just stay in that forward fold. A moment to regroup. Not trying to get anywhere. Just meet yourself right where you are. Now, I want you to feel those footprints. Lift and spread the toes. Get really solid in your feet and then soften your knees. Tuck your tailbone and tuck your chin and roll up very slowly. The belly is into the spine. You are supporting the bone structure, right? Come up really slowly. Stack it up. Stand really tall. Oh, feel that cool breeze on your skin. On the inhale, let your arms rise high. Hook your thumbs together, spread the fingers wide. I want you to feel the webbing between your fingers. I bet that's a space you don't think about often. Yoga is meant to awaken. We are to be in relationship with every part of our body and not to forget that any parts exist. Draw your tailbone down a little bit and draw your belly button up. And then take a little stretch over to the right. Go to the right side. Keep reaching through your fingers and pressing through your feet at the same time. Did you go so far that you lost your breath? It's so easy. It happens so easily. But I'm going to ask you not to sacrifice the breath. Back off a half an inch and find a place where you can breathe free. Then on your inhale, come back to center and play with the other side. Just what happens when you go left, you feel the right side of your body awaken. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say, when you do your asana practice, you are supposed to rip yourself open. You're supposed to tear your muscle tissue until you're so sore. Like, I've never seen anything like that in any of the yoga books I've ever read. I've been studying for 25 years, and the more I read, the more I understand, the more gentleness is actually the key. Let's come back to center. Go ahead, release your hands. Good. Again, inhale, the arms reach. Feel how the side body is awakened. Exhale, forward fold. Let's lift and lengthen halfway up, looking forward. Then walk the hands out into plank pose. Remember your Tadasana. Knees down or bend your elbows and lay it down slowly. Inhale, Cobra. And then exhale back into Downward Facing Dog. Right foot's going to step up to the hands. Use your hip flexor. That's it. Turn the left foot flat so it's grounded behind you. The heel turns in and down. And then press down through both feet and rise up into Warrior One. I want you to feel like both feet are working. And in Warrior One, we face forward. Yeah. And there's a big challenge in this pose because that left hip flexor is a little tight. So I want you to press the left foot like you're committed to where the left foot is, and then see if you can encourage the left side of your body to come a little forward. That's all. From there, maybe the right knee can bend a tiny bit, and then give me a really big stretch up. Take a deep breath in. Let's hold that place, but drop the arms by your sides and then clasp them together behind you. Inhale, extend. Lift your heart even higher. And then keep pressing through both of your feet as you slowly, slowly, slowly fold forward. Aim for your right shoulder to touch your right knee. Let your head bow humbly. By dropping the head down, you can look at your back foot. I want you to make sure the arch on your back foot is not collapsing. It's amazing how much the architecture of the entire body is affected by the arch of the back foot. So I want you to keep that foot really grounded. Keep the arch of the foot lifted. That heel should be down on the back foot. Make sure your heel is down on the back foot. I still see heels up. And now we're going to push down to rise up. So slowly, slowly, come on up. Give me your fullest expression of warrior. Inhale, the arms reach. And then exhale, flow it out. Hands go down. Step back lightly. Lower slowly. Inhale for cobra. Make it an expression of your heart. And then exhale, move into downward facing dog. How are you guys doing? You guys okay? So far, it looks like you've been able to keep the eyes soft, the breath steady. Let's see how we do on the other side. Go ahead. Step left foot to the hands. Put that back foot flat. Make sure that the back heel is down on the floor. Yes. And then rise up into your warrior one. Now, there's a couple things about warrior. It's really interesting. Could you feel a little bit of Tadasana here? Yeah, right? Both feet are grounded. You're standing equal in the legs. There's a steadiness and an equanimity in your breath. Eyes are soft. Arms are reaching. All of the elements that we did in the beginning when we were just standing still. Just to create consciousness in the shape. That would make this yoga. Now maybe, just to enhance, maybe the right side of the body can come a little bit forward. And that's only done not because you're efforting, but because you're paying attention. Now, I want you to reach a little higher and bend a little bit into the front knee. So bend the front knee a little bit deeper, just the front knee, yes. And then let your arms drop by your sides, clasp your hands together behind you, and give me a little extension. That's a little back bend. Collarbones lift, gaze lifts, and in slow motion we start to come forward. Aim the left shoulder to the left knee. Start to draw your arms away from your back and your head bows humbly down. Keep both feet grounded. You can look at the back foot. You can actually assess your own work here. If you lift the arch on the back foot, the inseam of the back leg lifts, and there's a whole lot more support for your knees and your hips. And we need the knees and the hips to have support, so you support the pelvis, and then when you rise back up, the spine is supported. So push down, and on the inhale, begin to rise back up. That's it. Arms reach on the inhale, your most beautiful and full expression of warrior, and then exhale, flow it out. The eyes go down, the hands touch down. Step that left foot back, lower yourself slowly, with the knees or not. Inhale, cobra. Mindful that the arms aren't muscling, but that you're using your back muscles. And then belly in, go to downward facing dog. That's it. Push a little from the hands, lift a little from the hips. All right. Right foot steps up to your hands. Left foot turns in flat. Warrior one, rise up. Now, because the back foot is flat, you can actually feel like you're trying to turn your left leg in and the left side of the body forward. You feel that action. I want you to maintain that action. And if you would, just put your hands on your hips. So all of this action is going to be about how you use your back leg. And we're going to come forward into a warrior three. You don't want to let the leg lift and turn out. We don't want to leave it soft and dangling behind us. We want it fierce. We want it working and turning in. So come on up to balance on the right leg, but stay active in the left leg. Try to dial the toes down toward the mat. That means the left side of the body is coming down. Yes. Now, sweep the arms forward. Reach fiercely through your arms and push fiercely through your leg. Find the balance of your actions. I love what I see. You're going to come to standing, but pull that left knee to the belly. Don't let it touch down, and bring your hands right to your heart center. Pressing gently into the hands. Extend that left leg forward. Just push it out. I never said it had to be high. It could just be off the ground. It doesn't have to be as high as your hip. I want you to look for Tadasana here. Can you find it? Are both legs working equally? Are you standing with some sense of calm? Now bend the knee again and come back to your balance. Extend that left leg back behind you. Do it with mindfulness. Now the standing leg is going to soften and you're going to step back into your lunge. You can stay on your toes and then sweep your arms up over your head. Nice work, everyone. Take a breath. Exhale, place your hands down onto the mat. Step back into plank, say ah. And then lower yourself slowly. Inhale, cobra pose. And then exhale back into down dog. Now the calmer you are while you do transitions like that, the better they go. So we're going to do this other side with some mindfulness and awareness. When you're ready, left foot steps up, right foot turns flat. Start with warrior one. It's something your body already knows. And because the back foot is kind of stuck, the action of turning the leg in is really helpful here. It's internal rotation of the back leg. It's not fierce. It's just this wanting to bring the hip forward and the leg to turn in. I want you to feel what you're trying to create here so your body remembers when you come up in the air, it doesn't automatically fly open, but you're doing that turn. You're bringing that hip down, right? Go ahead, explore it on this side. Show me what you got. Hands to your hips. Bring your weight into your left leg. Start lifting the right one behind you, but use it. Try flexing the back foot. Pull the toes to the shins on the back foot. Flex. Dial the toes down and bring that right hip a little lower. Now arms extend forward. Reach like you mean it. As your arms go forward, that right leg pushes back, using both legs equally. Not sure I see Tadasana here in you. Can you soften it just a little bit? And then come to standing. Try not to touch down. Right knee to the belly, hands to heart. Standing tall, find your balance. And then just extend your right leg out. Just hold it out there. See if you can feel both legs working equally. Belly is drawn to the spine. Head is up high. If the pose is making you make a face, take the leg down an inch. What if we all did it? Just together. Let's all give each other room. Let's go down 1 inch. Everyone. Look, some of you still won't do it. Go up 2 inches. Everyone does it. Go down 3 inches. Yeah. Now bend your knee. Come back into warrior 3. Standing leg is going to bend so you can take a big step back with those right toes. Arms come up. It's high crescent. Exhale, hands to the floor. Go ahead, step back and lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Okay, right foot's going to step up. Stay on your left toes, but stay down this time. We're going to keep our hands on the floor. I want you to plant the left hand firmly into the mat and twist open to the right side. Every step of the way, we're going to keep adding some layers here. I want you to be mindful of your actions. Switch legs. Are you using both feet? Is there an action and a consciousness in your legs? I see some people sinking into their left wrist and their left shoulder. Could you push into the earth so your chest rises? That's it. Now lift that left knee just a little more. I want you to see what it feels like to turn the right palm forward and reach the bicep over the ear. So now there's this reaching in 2 different directions. That left leg is reaching back. Left knee is lifting, left heel is pushing, side waist is long. Now if you're okay where you are, I'm going to offer one more little thing. Can you take your left heel and turn it in flat like a warrior foot? Oh yeah, that's a game changer right there. Where's the Tadasana? What happened to your face? What happened to your breath? Your body may be telling you you went too far, Or you may just forgotten that you're supposed to be breathing, and as soon as the breath comes back, you go, oh yeah, there I am, I'm okay. Let's lift that right arm up. That's it. And then turn that left heel up. Take one more breath right where you are. And then exhale, put the right hand down, step back into plank, and lower. Inhale for cobra. Always have a sense of humor, for sure. Exhale, down dog. Let's take a collective inhale together. We are all in this together. One big inhale, one big ah on the exhale. A big sigh of relief. Now know that your consciousness is what's going to really count in the other side. You know we're going to go deep. You don't have to take every option. In a situation like this where we have people who are brand new to yoga and we have seasoned teachers and we have everything in between, I want to offer enough that stimulates the entire population in the park. But that doesn't mean that you have to do everything that's out there. So you got to pick and choose where your limit is. Go ahead, step your left foot forward, stay on your right toes. Keep your hands down, and then firmly root and plant down into your right hand and twist open to the left. That might be enough. If just this work is feeling like, oh, it's so hard for me to even remember to keep both feet grounded, and to like push a little bit through that bottom hand so that I don't sink. Like if those little tweaks are where your work is, and that's the work that you're doing and feeling calm, please stay there. If you feel like you're ready for a little more, just turn the palm forward and reach the bicep over the ear. We just added another level of pushing forward and pushing back. Now when you're reaching forward and back, you also have to remember that you're twisting in the middle. This is complex. We are challenging our minds right now. The last piece was turn the back foot in flat, not out, but in. Yes, turn the heel in and down. Breathe. Remember that you have to live with your choices. Are you putting yourself in a situation where you're miserable and you just have to tolerate it? Or did you make an empowered choice about what's appropriate for you? We're going to start to come out. Lift the arm up first. Pivot the heel back up behind you. Take one more breath in the simplicity of this, and then let it go. Hands down, step back, and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let's turn the feet out a little bit. Maybe even widen the stance a little bit and go ahead and take a little squat, malasana. Take a squat at the back of the mat. Ring the bells that still can ring. I want you to feel your footprints working. So it might help to go a little wider and get your feet a little flatter. There are certain people that the bone structure of your ankle is never going to allow you to go deep. The health and the structure of your knees might not ever let you go all the way in there. So wherever you're at, I want you to be doing it with mindfulness. Again, it's not what it looks like, it's how it feels. Are you grounded? Are you supported in the pelvic floor? Let's bring our hands to our heart. Push gently into the palms, and then see if you can push through your feet and create a little buoyancy. So we're not just sitting like heavy, like plopping down into the pose, but yet we are rising. Yes. So even if you're flexible, that doesn't mean sit so heavy. You want to lift up. Good. Now, I want you to walk your elbows down a little bit lower, just a touch. And then even though we're a little bit lower, can you still lift your chest out? Then extend your arms and try to touch your fingers down onto the earth. As your fingers touch down, lift the pelvic floor and lift the crown of your head. Forget your perfect offering. 3 more breaths. There is a crack in everything. That's how. Now, when you're ready, bring the hands back together. I want you to push into your feet and very slowly begin to rise up. Turn your toes forward. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen. On your inhale, look forward. Walk it out into a plank pose. Nicely done. You can put your knees down or from plank, lower to the belly. Inhale into cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. All right. We're going to put our knees down gently. It's called tabletop pose. Line up so that your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Take the right arm forward and the left leg back. There's a little bit of that push down to rise up here. Otherwise, it's really easy to sink. Draw the belly to the spine. See if you can become aware of the elements of Tadasana, even here. We push down to rise up. We have support in the belly. We have length in the side waist. The neck is long. Yeah, the spine feels supported. Now, I want you to lift just a little higher. Feel the strength in the back of your body. That means the arm and the leg lift to the same degree. That's it. Now, place your hand back down. Keep your leg where it is. But turn your toes out. So turn the back leg out. Both hands are on the mat. Both hands down, yes. Turn your toes out so your leg just turned. Did you feel that? The whole hip joint just changed. And now I want you to keep your weight even, shoulders over the wrists. So don't lean to one side and try to take that leg all the way out to the left. If your neighbor's really close to you, don't poke them. Go higher than their hip. I say go over instead of under. It will be much less personal. That's it. There's a lot of work in your core right here. Some of you are leaning heavy to that right side. Now, if you would, put that foot down right there on the side. Start to draw your belly in and walk your hands back towards your right knee. You're going to come up and stand on the right shin. Inhale, both arms reach. That's it. Keep that. I'll go with you guys. Keep that left foot grounded. And then drop your left hand to your left shin and stretch a little in the side body. That's it. Keep the belly in. Bring the arms out like wings. And then right hand touches down. Left arm goes up. Okay. Keep some weight on the right hand and the right knee, and then lift your left leg again. Draw that core in. Left palm turns forward. Reach the bicep over the ear. Again, simple but not easy. Good. The arm comes back up. The foot goes back down. Let's rise back to center. Good. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, both hands back on the mat. Dig in a little bit, some strength here. Lift your left leg to the side. And then take it all the way back behind you and bring it back, knee under the hip. Nice work. Left arm forward, right leg back. Belly in. Reach through your fingers and your toes. Remember, there's a little push down and a lift up. Now that you've got it, soften your face. See if you can lift your arm and your leg a little higher. It's not coming from your jaw or from your neck. It's coming from the strength at the back of your body. Now keep the leg where it is, but put that left hand back down. Notice that you have equal weight in both hands. Squeeze the hands toward each other. Activate the chest a little more. And then turn those right toes out. Take that leg all the way out to the side. Be respectful of your neighbor. That's it. Hold it there. There is power in this movement, but there's also grace and equanimity. If you thought that this muscle didn't matter, you just realized how important it is. Go ahead, put your foot down right where it is, turn it flat, and start to walk your hands back towards your left knee. Stand tall on that left shin. Inhale, the arms reach. Right hand is going to go to right leg. Take a beautiful stretch over to the side. As you return to center, arms out like a T. And then with your core engaged, go ahead, left hand to the floor, right arm up to the sky. Draw the tailbone in, the belly in. Start lifting that right leg up. Simple but not easy. Turn the palm forward, reach the bicep over the ear. There's Tadasana in this. Can you feel it? Yeah. I should see it in your face. Go ahead, bring the arm back up, and then bring the foot back down. You can rise to the center. Inhale, both arms reach. Then place your hands down on the mat. Right there, lift your leg, right leg high. Take it back behind you. And then bend the knee and put it back on the mat. Child's pose. Yay, right? Take a quiet moment with yourself. Tell yourself it's okay if you lost the softness. It's okay if there were moments where you held your breath. It's okay if you found yourself being aggressive and muscling or going further than you thought you should have. It's also okay if you know you took it easy where you know you could have been a little stronger. It's all okay. And the truth is it's already happened, so what can you learn from it? Caress me with your golden fingers. Fill me with your light. Lover in the sky, will you dance with me? Now when you're ready, come on up slowly. Swing your feet around in front of you. I just want you to bend your knees and put the soles of your feet flat on the mat. It's an interesting place for him to be drumming. Kind of like it though. Somebody making art. So bend your knees, put your feet flat onto the ground. Let's cross our ankles and lift the feet. So once again, we're working in the crease of the hip. Yeah, this place is no joke. Use your hands, squeeze your legs to your body. Right there. It's amazing how much strength we really have here, or how weak we really are here. Either way, we should know. Now, can you keep your legs exactly where they are? They're tight into you. You're using your arms to squeeze them. I want you tucked into a teeny little ball. Now, hold the legs there, but release your arms forward. Right? There's the mirror right there. There's the truth. There's no hiding when you're doing yoga. Okay, now go ahead and take your peace sign fingers and grab onto your big toes. Same hand, same foot. So yeah. If they're crossed, you got to uncross them. Yeah, same hand, same foot. And then just open them out as wide as you can. Make it beautiful. I don't care what it looks like. I want to see it on your face. Now, pull yourself together. Hold your, no. I mean here, yeah. So we are going to leave our legs exactly where they are, but let go of the hands and bring the hands to center. Keep pushing through your toes. That's it. Now, right there where you are, reach back out, grab your toes. Bring your legs together in the center. Are you breathing? Let's let go of the feet. Take the arms out wide like wings. That's it. Reach back and grab your toes. Nicely done. Open the legs out. Now pull the right knee back under the right armpit and extend more through the left leg. Look out at your left toes. And then extend the right one. Pull the left knee back by the left armpit. Extend through the right leg. Look out past your left toes. Go ahead, extend both legs out. And then bring them back to center. Release the toes and put them down gracefully. Let your head rest on your legs. Sweet ecstasy, the flame of love burns in you and in me. Be careful of any judgments that just happened. Having strong hip flexors doesn't make you a good person. Having tight hamstrings doesn't make you a bad person. So if there was any self-loathing there, you better let it go. At least for me, I judge a human on very different qualities than that. My body is a living. I know some really tight people that I love a lot. And I know some really bendy people that I don't care for at all. So I don't use flexibility as a measurement for who you are. Let's put the soles of our feet together. Let the knees drop open. And then fold forward. Let the hips soften. Let the head go. My body is a living temple of love. My body. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. See where you can soften. My body is a living temple of love. My body. And then very slowly on your next inhale, start to lift your head, straighten your spine, sit up tall, draw your knees back up to the center, and then very slowly lay yourself down onto your back. I'd like your arms by your sides, and I'd love for you to keep your knees bent with your feet flat on the mat. We call it conscious resting pose. But I feel like we've had some restful moments, so we're going to use this as the beginnings of our bridge pose, Setu Bandha. So push into your feet. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. The heels should line up under the knees so the shins feel like they're straight up and down. And then you're going to push through your feet and your arms and start lifting your hips. And what happens a lot here is the knees start to splay open. I want you to imagine you are squeezing like a soccer ball between your knees. So there's a feeling of moving in and up, in and up. The heels squeeze back, right? The shins press forward. There's an activation in the back of the legs. Take one more breath here, and then really slowly put the upper back down, then the middle back, then the lower back. And we're going to do this 2 more times. Each time you may be able to open a little bit bigger. When you're ready, push down to rise up. Push into the soles of your feet, push through your arms, start lifting your chest and your hips. This time, let's bring the arms in under the body, clasp the hands together. You might actually feel your shoulders roll in and the shoulder blades come a little closer together. Feel the action of push down to rise up. Feel the in and the up. Knees are not splaying open. There's like a soccer ball between your knees and you are squeezing it. Squeeze. Yeah, squeeze. And I'll push out. So feel that resistance and then up. In and up. More. In and up. It's coming from your glutes. Yep. And then take it down slowly. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Take a nice deep breath. Let out a little ah. And then the third one. Last one, best one. Here we go. Bridge pose. Push down to rise up. And if anyone has a special variation of this pose that they like, go ahead and do it. Sometimes it's fun to lift a leg or to wedge your hands under your sacrum. I know that you all have practices beyond this part, and so if you feel like you want to express yourself, go for it. Take one more breath wherever you are. Finish it with mindfulness, and use your exhale to come back out. And we all draw our knees into the belly. Give yourself a good squeeze. That's really good. Rock a little bit side to side. Make it feel really, really good. And then hold on to the right leg only and extend the left leg straight down the mat. So a little push and a little pull. Feel the balancing actions in the pelvis. And as you do the push and the pull, press the kidneys down a little bit. Now from there, we're going to come into a spinal twist. So I want you to take your right leg over to the left side. And I don't want you to let the leg or the shoulder overpower the other. I want you to find the balance of your work. Love is the answer, the key to every. You can reach the right arm out and look out to the right. Give your body a few breaths. Love is the answer, the key to every. Think of the breath as a gift to the mind, body, and spirit. Each step of the journey will bring us closer to the cup of love. We come full circle. We did a really deep twist earlier. This is not an aggressive movement. This is sweetness, contentment, a willingness to start letting go of the actions. So when we come to Shavasana, it doesn't feel so foreign to be still. Now we're going to roll onto our backs and hug that right knee back in. Give it a little squeeze. And then bring the left one in to meet it. You can rock a little bit side to side. And think about who you are when you do this, how you do it. So again, it's not what you're doing, it's how you do it and who you are as you do it. We're going to hold the left leg and extend the right one down. Make it a movement, an act of consciousness. A little push, a little pull, and the kidneys press down and out a little bit. Just releasing any tension that may be in your lower back from the practice. Trying to bring balance and restore that feeling of equanimity. And right here, you can probably sense Tadasana. Your posture is perfectly in alignment. We're going to take that twist to the right side now, and don't do it aggressively. Just do it in a way that makes you feel balanced. An opportunity to wring out the last bits of tension. Stars are falling down. A wild breeze is blowing. Arm goes out to the left. Eyes go out to the left. The fool walks through the door. Offer your breath as a gift. Notice how it pulls your attention into present time and allows you to really be in your body and feel. My hope is that our yoga helps us to develop more sensitivity. And it starts with ourselves, but I hope that it would trickle out into all of the relationships in our lives. We need sensitivity now more than ever. Let's go ahead and roll it back to the center. You can pull both knees in and give yourself one more little rock and roll. Open the gate and turn the key. As I will, so mote it be. Open the gate and turn the key. As I will, so mote it be. Open the gate. Now put the soles of your feet down gently. Let the soles of the feet touch and the knees drop open wide. Both arms are going to reach up over the head. As I will, so mote See how soft you can be here. 3 breaths only, the arms resting on the floor above your head. So not reaching to the sky, but just letting them completely soften. Shoulders soft, hips soft. Breath moving on the front and the back of the body. And then in your own way, in your own time, bring your knees back up and your arms down by your side. The palms are going to face upward and the legs are going to extend out, and we're going to come into our final resting pose. Allow yourself the privilege to abide in the stillness within. Begin our awakening. Maybe you just turn your head gently to the right and to the left. Acknowledge the presence of the person beside you. Start to breathe a little more deeply so that your body awakens from the inside out. If it feels good, you can roll to one side, or you can just stretch right where you are. And then at some point when you are ready, you bring yourself to seated. I want you to sit in a way that makes you feel like you're in Tadasana. You can feel both of your sit bones grounded. You feel a lengthening upward and a softness in your face, especially around your eyes. Maybe we just bring our hands together at the heart and press them gently. And even allow that to be an act of devotion, an action of consciousness. There's something really amazing about us being able to find the stillness, even though the world moves around us. We have someone drumming their heart out, and we have traffic whirling by, and yet we sit here still and calm. Let this be a metaphor for life. Let the news media run on the TV, right? Let the stresses of your days be something separate from you. Find a way to turn yourself inward and know that this peace exists within you all the time. It's okay to put the other stuff at a distance and bear witness to it without allowing it to rule us. When we come from a place of steadiness and equanimity and calm and breath, we can face it with so much more grace. I'd love to close the practice today with just one really beautiful, loud Om. Let it rise up from within you and just let it come out, this beautiful sound. And again, I need you to sing it loud, otherwise the only thing we hear is me on the mic, and I don't like that. So do it for me. I very rarely ask, occasionally, but I really want to hear your voices. I want to be surrounded by it because I know that vibration is going to go up and out of here, and it's way beyond me. So take a deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Peace Peace Peace. May this practice always be a source of peace for us. May the peace that we get from our yoga be an example to the peace that we can bring out into the world. Thank you so much for today. Namaste. Namaste. Oh, so much love. Thank you so, so much. Have a really beautiful Saturday. Enjoy every bit of this weather, this holiday weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on. Registration is open for something big, January 1st. I'm super excited about it. We have a new element this year. We decided that after 5 years of gathering in the Meisner Park Amphitheater and doing something for the community, that we could actually put something back on you guys, because I feel like it's our give back to you. So we get all this great feeling of inviting everyone in for free and gathering and having this great energy. But we thought if everyone who came even gave $1, like could you imagine if everybody gave $5? It would be a nominal thing, right, for each and every one of us. But if we did that, what could we do with what we collect? And so this year we decided to shine a light on. There's a lot of different organizations in this community that I love so much, but this year we are going to shine a light on the Connected Warriors. I'm not sure if you guys know what Connected Warriors is, but they do free yoga for veterans and their families. They're right here, based in Boca, but they are all over the country, and they are taking care of our troops when they come home. They're giving them tools to deal with the trauma. The programming is all free, so they are completely dependent on donations and grants and whatever it is that they can do to create teachers that know how to deal with the trauma, send them out to teach to the troops and to their families. So if you have any interest in being a part of that, $1, $5, $100, whatever it is that feels really good for you. When you register for something big to come out that day, know that your presence there can have a bigger purpose. So we would love to have the whole community shining a light on some work that's really, really important. So join me in that. The registration is somethingbigyoga.com. You can go right to the website and find out all about it. I have email sign-up list here. I have postcards with the website on it. If you don't want to remember, I'll give it to you. I have schedules for the studio. I have a really, really beautiful workshop coming up next weekend. It's called the 8 Limbs of Yoga. It's about living your yoga off the mat. If you're interested in figuring out how to do more than an hour a week on the mat and you want to learn the teachings of yoga and how we can apply them into our everyday living, it's a 2-day workshop, Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 6. For teachers, you get CEUs, and for regular people, you get life skills, right? So if you're interested in learning more and immersing into your yoga, I would love for you to join me for that workshop. It's 2 days. From 12 to 6 at the Yoga Journey Studio. come grab a magnet, grab the instructions on how you can tune in live for this feed, join my mailing list. I know there's clipboards going around. If someone could bring them front and center, I would appreciate that. Here's a schedule. We have new classes added. For those of you that want to, you have an injury and you're not really sure how to do some of the poses, we've just added 4 new classes to the schedule. They're gentle yoga and therapeutic yoga. So you can learn how to deal with injuries, prevent injuries, or work with an injury that you currently have. Thank you. Those are on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. and 1:15. I think it's really important that we give some information and teaching and not just flow. So if you would be interested, come grab a schedule. Come join us, 8 o'clock or 1:15 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, gentle yoga and therapeutic yoga, on top of all that we already offer, meditation, yin, vinyasa, all levels. Do more yoga. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for bringing the clipboard. That's the schedule, yes. Yep, this is the new schedule. Yep.